Salve, citizens of the world! This is the first episode of a series of videos in which we will be talking about the cities of the world and revealing funny and interesting curiosities that they might contain. This is a city called São Bento do Sapucaí, and it's named after both a saint called Benedict of Nursia and the river that crosses the city. I was born here. My name is Paulo, and the state where my city is located is called São Paulo, or Saint Paul if we translated the name. For me, this is funnily redundant, Paulo, São Paulo. São Bento do Sapucaí has an estimated population of 10,000 inhabitants, 10,000 minus 1, because I'm currently living in another city. Being situated in the very mountainous countryside of Brazil, the city is place for many legends, such as Saci, which is an entity who dedicates its life and time for trolling people. The Headless Mule, which is a female donkey with flames instead of a regular head, and this ghostly creature loves scaring kids for fun. Also, Assombração, or Haunting Shadows, is a highly popular legend that is subject to many folkloric stories. They are simply generical spirits that pursue people during the night, but lately no one has seen them, and I suppose it's because they might have been put in jail for stalking crimes. Lastly, the most renowned local legend is related to a set of huge stones called Pedra do Baú, or treasure chest stone. The story says a spirit asked an old man to keep watch over a treasure chest containing lots of gold and riches for a few hours, though the spirit warned the man that he couldn't leave till it returned, and by doing that he and his family would eventually be rewarded. However, the man left his young granddaughter keeping the chest as he went for a push car to help him carry the big chunks of gold, as he intended to appropriate the gold for himself. When he came back, the chest had been surrounded by a mountain-sized stone. The man was scolded by the spirit, who said he broke the rules of the pact. The man contested, saying that the girl kept the treasure chest safe during his absence, and against this the spirit declared, "For that she will be rewarded with all gold from the chest. For the eternity the riches shall be hers." End of story. Never mess with the spirit. That's my hint for you. The place ended up becoming a touristic site. Now I'm gonna be showing you a few interesting places of the city as well as fun facts linked to them. While the already mentioned natural monument of Pedra do Baú keeps figuring in first place, another thing also always gets my attention in my town, and it's a geographical accident called Sea of Hills. Apparently, a French guy called Pierre de Fontaine and the Brazilian Assis Absaber studied a lot of the earth and formation, and they named this chain of mountains as Sea of Hills because if you see them from the heights, they appear to be the sea, seeing that the many hills imitate the form of the oceanic waters in movement. And this makes sense. Don't you agree? Putting the natural beauties aside for a moment, we have a few man-made buildings like the classic bandstand square, Praça do Coreto. There, many weed smokers reunite during Fridays to, smoke and chill out and discuss about being unemployed for the time being. We have the main church where all local unhappy couples married, including my mom. Wow, that phrase was ambiguous, don't get me wrong. Also, the city is surrounded by a myriad of waterfalls that receive very generic names like the Waterfalls of Love or the Bride Vale Waterfalls. Besides all that, the city is home to a few important personalities of Brazil itself, such as a guy called Plinio Salgado. Before saying who he was, I'll tell you this in advance. Salgado means salty, literally. This guy tried to be president during the 30s. Also, another famous figure called... Also another famous guy is named Miguel Reale. And this one rocks, since he invented a lot of theories that nowadays law students are forced to learn if they want to get a job. Personally, I think my grandparent was also a pretty famous figure locally. But since he was a legit prankster, I'm not mentioning him here. We wanna keep this video serious and my grandpa is contrary to that. For example, once he set up a plan to deceive me and expose me naked in front of the neighbor girls. He succeeded. May his soul rest in peace, in heaven, by the way. He was a hero to me. Yes, yes, yes. Now, as a fun fact or useless information, it is up to me to inform that for some reason, the car manufacturers love using my city to record car commercials. And the first I remember was the Volkswagen Space Fox. Shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Por isso, aonde eu for, ela vai comigo. Other cars were also tested here, such as Fiat Fastback or Chevrolet Onix. But no one cares about them. I mean, I didn't find the commercial ads to show you. This was all relevant facts about my hometown. If someday you go there, be sure to warn me first so we can drink a coffee together that was cultivated in my backyard. That's it, comrades. See you next time.